All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Once again, we are here on our glorious day, Thursday. Hold on, I have to set the light up. Aha, blinded. Now I'm blinded. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are going to be addressing and talking about the current state of the decentralized science market and what's been going on with a lot of these projects out here. We're also going to talk about an interview that I just posted earlier this morning with the founder of Copia, the current bioprotocol raise that's going on right now for cures. I am very excited to have this live stream here today. I'm probably going to take this off before we really get into it because I'm sweating already. Ugh. As you guys come into the live stream, please hit the thumbs up on this video as I am live from New York one more time. Tomorrow will be the last day that I am live from New York. So let's make the best of it. I, this morning, spent all of my time working on those AI agent workflows, and I will say I hit a pretty substantial breakthrough. I'm super excited. Hopefully I can share that with you guys today as well, but we're going to talk mostly about decentralized science here today. There's a lot of things I want to cover, so stay tuned. I should have gotten all this stuff ready before I went and actually hit that live button, but unfortunately, I didn't, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Good morning, MJ. What's going on, C90? How's it going, Derek? Welcome in. I'll probably end up finishing this while I'm live with all of you guys. It looks like you're in a small cube room. I am. I literally am. Chug, 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 chug. Fuck. It also, all these little dots here look like little patches of drywall, which is kind of hilarious to me. I also have my energy drink. But let's go ahead and get into things because the market is basically just doing the exact same thing it's been doing for the last couple of days. So there's nothing really new going on. It looked like we were going to bounce up pretty aggressively today, but we did not. And that bond trade on TLT from yesterday that I entered is currently down a little bit, but that's kind of what I expected. Remember, I was slowly scaling into it. If you didn't catch yesterday's live stream, then you missed out on my explanation of this trade. I'm not going to explain it anymore, but I do think that we will probably find a bottom here. It looks like the candle, the daily candle at least, is trying to do that right now. It is a 1 year long looking trade. I think it'll happen a little bit quicker than that, but going down on the first day is not something that I'm super scared about. If we go look at Bitcoin and we go take an actual look at what's going on in the market right now, you'll see that we actually just got rejected again by the 20-day moving average. So we got rejected here, and now we're currently getting rejected again as the third time. We did find support on the 200-day moving average, so we will see if we kind of form a little bit of a triangle here and then find a way to break up or break down. If we're following the M2 money supply, we will definitely be breaking up, but who knows? Right now, we're in a pretty interesting phenomena in which Trump is attempting to slow the economy down as best he can, so they drop interest rates, and the Fed is like, homie, we're not dropping interest rates, and they're just in a little bit of an internal trade war as well as an external trade war. So it's an interesting time, but nonetheless, I think we'll experience the same leg up in the bull market. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get there because we need QT to end and QE to start. But that's not why you guys are here. You guys are here to listen to me rant about decentralized science. So let me get some thumbs up as you guys come into the live stream. MK, I was thinking it looks like drywall patches. It really does. When you rent a place in the streets, they just patch the holes and not paint over them. I know, but I know how to paint them, so I might as well just be the one who does it. He's been counting dots all morning, ADHD. Actually, yeah, but there's only about 43 dots on the wall, so I've not really spent that much time counting them. Nico Rome says Gossi. Let's go ahead and pull up Dex Screener and pull up Gossi. GM spec, GM, Gossi. Okay, computer lagging. Remember, my computer only works for about an hour at a time, and then I have to turn it off and let it charge, and then continue forward. So Gossi, currently speaking, has a $112,000 market cap. I am bullish on all of the pump science tokens. They are all likely going to just flounder around this super low market cap, right? $112,000 market cap until we see DeSci get that pop that it got a couple months ago. When that happens again, I think that we will see these explode similarly to how Riff and Euro did. I don't think it'll play out exactly the same, but I do think they'll explode. So just like last time when Riff and Euro were sitting at $5,000 market caps and then they exploded to 200 million, I think these are going to go through the same type of thing where they're sitting around $100,000 to $500,000 in market cap, and I think they'll explode to like 20 to 50 million. So not as crazy of gains, but everyone knows about them now, so you can't expect the same level of gains. Another project which I think will have pretty solid gains if we come out of this little bear market is Copia, which is End Rare Diseases on X. They have the ticker Cures. I sat down with the CEO and the founder in ETH Denver, and we had a nice interview here, so I highly encourage you to go watch it over on X if you want. They have a pre-sale going until March 11th. If you actually click on it, why I'm bringing your attention to this one is because the market has been so awful the last couple weeks that they have not raised nearly as much as they were expecting. And the valuation that you are getting into for this specific raise is dependent on how much they are able to raise. They are only halfway to the minimum raise goal that they're trying to do, which is 3,000 SOL. And currently speaking, 3,000 SOL is around, around like $450,000, $500,000. So it's pretty exciting. The auction FDV is $3 million if they're able to get 20K SOL. So just keep that in mind, guys, because this is pretty inexpensive and it's a bio protocol launch, right? Got it? Good. It's pretty fascinating what they're doing. I encourage you to watch this, but basically 1 in 10 people globally suffer from a rare disease. However, because it's made up of 10,000 plus different diseases, Big Pharma doesn't really pay much attention to them. However, the key difference here is that you don't actually, at least what he was saying, is you're not looking to come up with new drugs to treat these rare diseases. You're looking at finding current drugs that might also help with one of these rare diseases. So by using AI, you can scan the databases, figure out what drugs might have implications with current diseases, and then test it. A prime example, and it's called drug repurposing. And one of the compounds that actually sparked this whole idea of repurposing drugs to eradicate rare diseases was a famous or rich couple who had a son or something that had a rare disease, and they used their resources to find that the active ingredient in Febreze actually was able to bind to certain receptors and cure their son of the disease, or at least limit the implications from the disease. And so that kind of sparked this whole movement. There are no real organizations that are competing at scale for this, and so Copia is attempting to do that. Total industry TAM is $1 trillion, so it's pretty large industry that is being hopefully captured by Cures. But we will see. It's all a gamble. It is all speculation until it's not. And by the time it's not speculation, the opportunity to make money off of it won't be as profound as it is right now. It is a great cause, for sure. I was glad I got to sit down and talk with him at ETH Denver. I also got to talk with someone from DeSci and someone from Poseidon DAO. So those interviews I would expect over the coming weeks. Pretty exciting. I was glad I got to do some in-person interviews, right? It's solid. It's good content. It's informative, and I don't have to edit as much because I just sit there and talk with them. My unhealthy energy drink. Not sponsored, although it should be. There's some pigeons on the balcony right now. Oh, never mind. They got scared away. They had little purple, feather collars around their neck. They looked pretty cool. But can you believe it, that I'm in New York and we have a balcony? How nuts is that? We have a nice little balcony here. It's actually just as big as the room, which is pretty insane. New York with a balcony and a little home kitchen in a hotel is crazy. Don is sharing Bitcoin magazine over and over and over again. Mods, get him out of here. Mods. Okay, one of the other things, I bookmarked a couple things that I wanted to share with you guys because it looks like things are moving along pretty beautifully here. Open them. What the fuck? I can't open them. I'm on my phone. I can't open them. You have to DM them to me on Telegram or something. Bookmarks. Fuck. Yeah. So, if we go to the bookmarks that I've bookmarked this morning, we have that post from Copia, the first native biotech collective powered by Solana. So, Copia is launching on Solana, which we already know based off them raising in Solana. We also have a molecule saying innovation isn't a concept, oh my god, innovation isn't a concept, it's execution. Last year, we pilot launched another primitive proof of invention protocol. Today, we're unveiling it for all. At Molecule, we've been reimagining how scientific collaboration and IP works. First came IP NFTs, making IP tradable, then IP tokens, tokenizing research. POL, or POI, is the next step, seamless way to establish indisputable and immutable proof of an invention origin. How it works: instantly generate a time-stamped proof of your invention, secure it immutably on any public ledger, use it as evidence of priority at a fraction of the cost of traditional methods. Before Bitcoin, there was DeSci. Science was the original blockchain use case. POI is the simplest way to protect an idea in its earliest stages. It sets the foundation for a seamless IP management and enables future minting as an IP, NFT, or tokenization into IPTs with POI. Invention moves at the speed of the internet. Ooh, that kind of goes hard. Since its pilot launch, POI has already been put to work. Cerebrum DAO and Fission Pharma minted their first IP NFT from POI, backing aging-related disease research. That's pretty cool. So their token MIDI, which I should add to, although I don't think MITI should add to the bio IPTs. I don't see it yet, so I'm gonna have to go searching for the CA for it. Pretty exciting. The future of IP is unfolding on chain. So it's gonna take a little bit more research, but I wanted to draw your attention to it because Molecule is making more advancements so that we can get further and further towards real practical utilization of blockchain for science. So that's exciting. Okay. You could search Bitcoin MVRV score to get Don's link. Okay. Bitcoin, or we could go directly to the source if you guys want. I'll read the article too, but I just wanted to pull up CBBI. You guys remember when I did all the TikTok live streams? And I absolutely loved pulling up the CBBI. And then we can go to the MVRV Z-score. No balls. Just click his link. I can't. I'm on the phone. It will literally end the live stream if I click his link. Here, we'll go to my face while I go to Don's messaging. Oh, he didn't telegram it to me. He just said nothing. What the hell? Bitcoin, MVRV, Z score. Bitcoin Magazine Pro, bullish. Let's go ahead and see what it be that they be talking about. Did you have context to provide with that, or you just wanted to look at the MVRV score? This is the MVRV score. So every time we've had peaks in the market of Bitcoin, the MVRV score goes above this red line here, this threshold at 7. So every time we've had a historical cycle top, we go above 7. Now, one could make the argument that we're not going to see that same level of explosion in this MVRV score because this cycle, last cycle, didn't go up above it. But I think that you can make a very strong, reasonable argument to say that there has been no explosive upward movement in the MVRV score yet, thus indicating that we are not yet finished with this cycle. And I would agree with that statement. I very much would agree with that statement. I think that we'll see quantitative easing come in this year in the next couple of months, actually. And then all of a sudden, we're going to see a giant crash followed by a historic rally upwards towards the end of the year to just complete the 4-year cycle. We will see if that actually ends up happening. But if you go look at all of the indicators, we really haven't peaked out yet. I mean, these look pretty high, actually, now that I'm saying that. All indicators put together, this does not look super gorgeous. I will say, it looks like they've come all the way up. We will see if it did or did not, but let's go back and look at each other. Nupal. You want to look at the... I don't have the exact Nupal, but I have the Rupal. Rupal divided by Nupal. What do you think about Bitcoin, bullish or bearish? Short term, I think it's going to be a little bit bearish. Long term, I'm very bullish on it. And I think it depends excessively on what you're actually looking at. Like if you go look at the M2 money supply, which Bitcoin has been tracking just 6 weeks behind for the better part of a year or so, we're probably going to come back down on Bitcoin in the short term, down to that low 80,000s. And then I think we bounce really quickly up to all-time highs because that's what the flow, that's what money has been doing. That's what the supply has been doing. And Bitcoin's just there to soak up the extra supply. If you go look at kind of the trade war fears and everything, I think we could see Bitcoin as low as like $65,000, $70,000 if we do get some real fear in the market. And I think that would make I think that amount of fear in the market would make the Fed pivot and then start QE, and then things start rallying again. They've already said they're going to. It's just a matter of when they actually will do that. But we have the Nupal, net unrealized profit divided by the loss, and that is looking pretty, I don't know. It didn't quite get to, I guess you guys could look at it if you wanted to. They didn't quite get up above the red line here. They didn't even get to the red line. I know it's hard to see it, but that historically has been the top for the cycle, and we didn't actually even get close to it. We got into a little bit of the yellow territory, but we still had quite a ways to go to get the net unrealized profit loss, the Nupal, up there. What's your latest opinion on Axon DAO? You stopped talking about it. Yeah, I stopped talking about it when they took money from me. I don't have anything against them, and I think that they'll continue to succeed, and I hope their cure ring goes really well, but I literally had a deal when Axon launched to help them launch in exchange for some tokens to talk about them and everything. And then they launched. They had not raised any money, and then they launched. Everything went really well. They got money, they got egos, and then they voided the contract we had signed because whatever, and then they just took it. So like, yeah, I'm not going to talk about and promote them because I just have that gut feeling of just like betrayal. So obviously I'm not interested in actually like talking about what they're doing, but I watch them and I think they'll still do really well, and I hope that they do really well, and I think that they are making some pretty strong moves. I just have zero interest in talking about them. And then the crazy part is I went back, and I know I'm venting a little bit here, but I went back to make amends, and I got ignored, and then I didn't get ignored. I really like Chris. Chris is a great guy. And I think they'll do good. But yeah, Bitcoin's at 88,880. Pretty beautiful to see 88880. Can we say it was Andrew Gordon's fault you didn't get that contract paid? I don't know who Andrew Gordon is, but yes, it's his fault. It was Andrew's fault, motherfucker. Has anything changed in your opinion regarding Dynex? No. No, it has not. I know the price just keeps going straight down. It's actually kind of insane to see how low it's going. I think that they have some internal qualms that they need to deal with before they can actually get everything turned around. And right now we're just in a negative price spiral. Like, their community is pretty mad because of the exploit that was happening with the miners, and then they're trying to turn everything around, but the community is just not being patient. And so I think they're just dumping it and getting the out. Nothing has changed on my conviction level with Dynex. I'm just giving it some time to kind of figure out what is going on there, because that chart looks absolutely atrocious. That looks actually miserable. I was hoping right here would be the bottom, because that's when they fixed the mining exploit, but clearly the last 2 days that has not been the bottom. So hopefully it turns around. I put an egregious amount of money into it, so. And I haven't bought in this most recent little dip here, but I was buying the dip before, and I bought in the dip before, and I bought in the dip before. Pat, why aren't you invited to the summit tomorrow? I don't know, man. The hell? I should go there and try and convince them not to top blast all the altcoin market. Like, if we're going to do a strategic altcoin reserve, let's go ahead and wait for 2027. Let's not top blast the cycle with the government's money. Let's not do that, because all that's going to happen is the entire reserve is going to get weaponized when Trump is out of office. We'll have a reserve and have a fun little 4-year cycle again, and then Trump will get out of office, and they'll be like, look at how stupid this is. Get rid of it. Do you own any grass? I do not. I sold my grass a while ago, actually. I was mining it, right? I think I sold my grass around like $2. So it's higher than what I ended up selling it for. It went all the way up to $4. So I did not time the top at all, but I mined it, got the reward, waited for it to go up a bit, and then took the money and continued moving forward. AI agents got crushed. I know. Yeah, it's just the current time of the cycle. You have to remember, like, no risk on assets can really succeed that well when the Fed is constantly just vacuuming money out of the economy. They're just not going to. They just won't. You'll have little moments where they do really well, but we're not going to see any of that craziness until they stop doing that. Oh, no one knows who he is. That's the kingpin that Ben has blamed it all on. Well, this week at least. DXY plummeting in M2, global liquidity at all-time highs. Let's be patient, yeah, exactly. The dollar is going down like crazy. Bond yields are actually going up a little bit more, which is interesting. But let's pull up the DXY. I had some more things I was going to talk about, but look at this. Before I show you this, I want to remind you that this is not a pump fund token, okay? Before I show you this, I want to remind you that this is in fact not a pump fund token. It is actually the US dollar. Look at that. This is a daily chart. 1, 2, 3. We're in the 4th pure down move in the dollar. This is the United States dollar just absolutely tanking, which is pretty wild to think about. Historically, that's been good for assets and risk on assets. However, you have to remember that everything is just selling off right now. There is basically nothing holding up. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum. Everything is just in pain. Solana. Everything is just hurting so bad right now. Apple, not hurting as bad, right? Netflix starting to break down. Tesla, down a crazy amount. That's actually over a 50% correction, believe it or not. So things are pretty fascinating right now. I want to go look at Palantir and see how Palantir is doing. Palantir looking like it tried to find support, but is currently getting rejected down lower. Let's see what the 10-year is doing today. Okay, 10-year spiked up a little bit more today in this little area of contention, but it looks like it's getting rejected and coming back down. So that's good for the government. The 10-year coming down is good for the government. But things are wild, wild. I'm 95% in XRP for the last 6 years, finally paying off. Homie. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you actually got some good gains out of that, right? If you made, I can't give you personalized financial advice, but I will give you generalized financial advice, okay? If you made life-changing gains after funneling all of your spare cash into it for 6 years, I would take the W. If you made life-changing gains, if you made something that would actually help improve your life, you made lots and lots of money while we're up here chilling up at these highs, take some of it off the table. If you, again, I will say, if you made life-changing amounts of money from funneling all your spare cash into XRP for the last 6 years, and you finally saw that crazy rally, take some of the money. Okay? Don't get sucked into thinking it's going to Valhalla forever, right? You made 400% gains really quickly. Don't be afraid to just de-risk a little bit and put it in something stable. Okay, good. A lot of people are a little delusional, especially when it comes to XRP, so I didn't know. Keep it kosher. I did not know what your stance on it was, but if you've been taking some profits, thumbs up. Hopefully it didn't pause the live stream too bad. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, there was an account, not crazy. I wanted to highlight this KOL talking about DeSci. They have a lot of followers, but they did not get any kind of engagement with this account. So they have 320,000 followers. Degen Radar. Bioscience is one of the key sectors driving DeSci forward. Let's explore the notable bio DAOs launching on Bio Protocol. Launch on Bio Protocol. And they just went through some of the ones that we've been talking about for a very long time. I just wanted to share it with you because I think it's pretty important that we see who is actually talking about decentralized science. We've covered each and every one of these DAOs, so you guys should be more well-versed than anyone on them, but still. Another cool thing I wanted to share with you guys is Data Lake. Don't sell, wait till 10K XRP. No. Data Lake just integrated Grok AI into their AI consent architecture, which is pretty flippin' amazing. So this was yesterday. It would be really cool to see Elon repost this. Imagine for a second that Elon reposted Data Lake Token's AI consent-powered platform using Grok and be like, look it, see, you can do real stuff. That'd be nuts. But still, Data Lake Token using Grok. Stayer says, I rotated my XRP gains into DeSci and got crushed. No. Listen, every time you take profits on something, I know it's hard, especially when it seems like we're about to enter into the roaring bull market, the roaring altcoin season. Every time you take profits on something, rotate into the long term. You'd keep some to enter into the next positions, right? But you got to rotate some into the long-term portfolio so that you don't end up giving it all back. This last rally here, I took a bunch of profits and I took them, I put half back in and I put half aside to get used to the money, right? I didn't take nearly enough. And then the half I put back in, I got absolutely decimated on. So I made a lot of money, put a lot back into the market, and got absolutely decimated. So not fun, but I am glad that I had taken a little bit to put to the side, right, for the long term. But still. Flipped 25% from Bitcoin to DeSci and got crushed. That's difficult to see, Spec. Very difficult to see. I was 100% in DeSci. So, I also got crushed. 100% in DeSci. Always. I'm always in DeSci. What else do I have here? Molecule also talked about AI agents powered by large language models. They're transforming scientific research by helping scientists navigate vast literature, generate insights, and collaborate more efficiently. Here's how. And then we had a post from Nature. They shared their latest paper. They developed an algorithm to predict novel peptides cleaved by proconvertases. Predict novel peptides cleavered by proconvertases across all human tissues. What the hell's a proconvertase? This is where we go ahead and highlight it. We right click it. We ask for the AI plugin tool to explain what this is. And then we see the expert mentions proconvertases. It's enzymes or biological molecules that speed up chemical reactions in our bodies. Think of them as catalysts that help different processes happen faster and more efficiently. Okay. I knew it was an enzyme because of the tases at the end of it, right? Anything that ends in ace, anything that ends in ace in bio is an enzyme. However, I was more curious about the proconvertase. So look at, we can break it down, right? We got pro, which is good. It's for, it's pro, right? It's pro. And then we have convert. So I'm assuming it's a good convertation, good convert, ace, enzyme. So it's an enzyme that converts something into a good thing. And then what we have here are enzymes that help convert other proteins into their active forms. I guess we should have broken the word down before we Googled what it was with AI, but still. Cool. And then we have CSEI with their $60 million fund that you guys are probably sick of hearing about, but they are having a live stream X Space today at 3 p.m. Eastern saying WTF is DeSci. And not Duffy Hellman, that project that is always on the top movers or losers in CoinGecko. They have a new board of directors, it seems, or board of something, advisory board to help with their project. So that's cool. I agree, Beagle. The thing is, right? You guys ready? In memes, it's gone. Right? If you get crushed in a meme, it's likely gone. In DeSci, if you get crushed in a real project that is doing something, like let's say you top blasted research coin, you're down like 70%, you're probably coming back from that. Let's say you top blasted something like Noble Blocks on this last push, you're probably coming back from that. Let's say you top blasted something like fill in the blank with a DeSci project that is actually continuing to push forward. You'll probably come back from the death there, right? But if you top blasted Fartcoin, you're done. If you top blasted FWOG, you're done. You top blasted whatever this newest white rock thing is, you're done. Psy, exactly. You top blasted Psy, you're gonna come back from it. More likely than not. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but not XRP. It's really hard to be down on XRP. In 13 years of existence, there's been a total of 116 days you could have bought XRP higher than it currently is. Like, you had to really be unlucky to be at a loss of XRP right now. I know. Crazy. Cough, cough, Bill Nye. Yeah, I know. Exactly. You're probably going to be coming back from Bill Nye if you top blasted Bill. You will be back from Bill Nye. That is my life mission. Speaking of, I had a pretty crazy breakthrough this morning with some of the AI workflows. The problem with XRP is opportunity cost. Yeah, it just doesn't, like, there is no opportunity cost analysis when you're up, right? The opportunity cost only comes when you're not up. But when you've made money denoted in dollars, then the opportunity cost goes out the window. It's not necessarily true. There is opportunity cost, but still, I agree. Let's go look at XRP divided by Bitcoin, right? So this will give us a better representation of the cost of holding XRP if you're actually up or down on something. So XRP divided by Bitcoin honestly looks a lot better than most other altcoin charts out there. So let's take a look, right? This is XRP. Instead of divided by dollars, it's divided by Bitcoin. So if you're not going to hold Bitcoin, you're going to want something that outperforms Bitcoin, right? Because if you're going to be in crypto and taking the risk of investing in digital assets, if you're not outperforming Bitcoin, then what are you doing? So at any point, right, I would say that the value proposition for XRP is when its Bitcoin valuation, let's go ahead and get a square rectangle here. When its Bitcoin valuation is down here, right? You guys see that pretty clearly. Anytime XRP divided by Bitcoin is down here, it's been a really historically good time to scoop some Bitcoin or scoop some XRP in exchange for Bitcoin. If you go take this rectangle, kind of look at it on the other side, anytime back here, XRP divided by Bitcoin had gotten up to these levels, it was a good time to dump out of it. In more recent history, since 2020 onwards, anytime it's come up to this area right here, it's been a good time to kind of get out, right? You guys see that analysis, right? I don't have my mouse, so it's kind of difficult to do this kind of stuff on a trackpad, but you guys see it? Anytime XRP has gotten up to its Bitcoin valuation right around where it currently is, it has historically been a good time to get out. Now, on the previous times, I know it's hard to see, the previous couple times it's gotten up here, it's been like little quick visits. This time it does seem to be staying a little bit, so I can understand the argument to think that XRP might come up to its previous range. But, yeah. Honestly, it looks really good to be an oscillator, right? So it's not gaining on Bitcoin, but it goes through those periods where it does gain on Bitcoin really quickly, and then every other period it's not worth it. Then really quickly it gains on Bitcoin, and then every other period it's not really worth it. And then all of a sudden it really quickly gains on Bitcoin, and then bleeds on Bitcoin. But the same looks for most altcoins, to be honest. Ethereum BTC. Right now, we do the same type of analysis on ETH BTC. My God, that chart looks like Dynex right there. You do the same type of analysis on ETH BTC. Back here, it looked like it was going to outperform Bitcoin forever. And then all of a sudden, it reached that kind of peaking point, and it didn't. So if we kind of delete some of this stuff here, historically speaking, down at these levels-ish have been pretty solid times to be scooping Bitcoin, or scooping ETH for Bitcoin. We're just about to enter into that range, right? You look at that oscillation between Ethereum and Bitcoin, but anytime that it's not gaining on it, it's just been hurtful to hold Ethereum. We will see. It either bounces right on the line like it did over here and over here and over here, or we fall into the channel a bit. Let's go. Managed to escape some lions in time. Let's go. Wild Africa. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you have any RWA investments? I hold some Ando, yeah. I hold Ando, especially considering BlackRock has been buying Ando, and Ando will have representation at the summit at the White House tomorrow. And so I absolutely hold Ando. Let's just go look at the market cap of Ando. Screw the coin price. It is huge. Okay, well, this is not a good chart for Ando. I don't like that. It is a rather large coin, right? It's already pretty big, but chart looks solid. This chart looks actually beautiful. And they have a lot of big players looking at getting in and actively getting in. So Ando is the only RWA thing that I hold on to right now. And it's just a small segment of the portfolio because it's already huge. You don't really like holding stuff that big, but I need a little bit of stability, right? Ando, Bitcoin. All right, baby. Let's see. Let's see if it can break out and make moves higher, or if it will just continue to be an oscillator like every other altcoin seems to be. Oscillator between Bitcoin and Ando. Remember, this is Ando divided by Bitcoin. So it looks like it's trying to find support right here, but it still has not yet reversed. However, it's probably a decent time to be scooping some if you believe in the project. ETH BTC is a tragedy. For real, though. You guys want to see something else that I made? Because Derek said, cough, cough, Bill, right? Yeah. So, this morning, again, bear in mind, 3 weeks ago, I had no idea what I was doing here. And I know it's simple. I know it's kind of silly how simple it is, right? Feeling leaky. Well, it's not really leak. It's just like me documenting my progression of learning stuff. But remember yesterday, first of all, can I get some ones in the chats for anyone who remembers yesterday when I was showcasing the research agent that I had built, right? Can I get some ones in the chat and how it was erroring? It kept hitting errors yesterday. Got a lot of ones. Okay, Derek says 0. So yesterday, let me go ahead and hit save on that. Go to AI Foundations, just to give you guys a reminder. Yesterday, I had finished up building this research agent, right? So after the live stream, I got busy with some other stuff, and this is a workflow, right? An automation flow for an agent to give these different agents built into the workflow, different tool sets to be able to use, whatever. You ask it a question like, what is the relationship between smoking marijuana and REM sleep cycles, right? And then it searches and scrapes the web and then gives you broken down research paper on the relationship. Now, something happened here where it didn't name it, but investigating the effect of marijuana on REM sleep cycles. It's a 14-page research paper with citations attached, references. Crazy. So, believe it or not, yesterday it kept failing. And then after I came back to work on it again, I tested it to see what the error was going to be. And it just worked. It just worked. There was no error. I didn't change anything, but it just decided to work this time. So that was super exciting. I found out also that the main problem was that I wasn't using a good enough model to do what I was asking for it. So I had to go and get more tokens for different models. But then this morning, I started working on the website scraping agent again, right? And so then I was able to successfully make a website scraping agent. And it not only scraped websites that I gave it, it then chunked and vectorized all the information from the websites into a database that I hooked up a RAG agentic system to have conversations with. So you guys see the big picture here? Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's coming together? Let's go. What's good, Yeti? Welcome into today's live stream. We go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about decentralized science, the broader crypto markets. Beagle says, I could use that. Oh my God, this chair just went all the way back. I thought I just died. I thought I was just waking up from Inception dream layers. Oh my God, that was scary. I could use that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really, really cool, actually. So we've gotten closer and closer now because now I've managed to build out these different frameworks that I think are going to be super, super helpful in creating a more knowledgeable Bill, right? We've had the infrastructure ready to go for Bill to actually like have the information and converse in a more intellectual manner, right? His tweets are really good, but his tweets are influenced by humans. His tweets are influenced by Dawn. And so, but the Telegram messages are not influenced at all. And they're supposed to be slowly getting better, but the problem is that they haven't been. And the information that he's gotten has not been super readable it's just not been readable at all by him. So I had to take several steps backwards, like I said, to figure out what I was missing. And I think I did it. I think I figured it out. So now it's time to start filling out his database with the information to make him wildly educated on everything DeSci. And then everything gets really quick from here. Everything goes a lot quicker. Dawn made Bill a gooner. Oh my God. Dawn. What the hell, man? You have a nice hairstyle, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always wanted a mullet. Oh, I just got a notification. Bitcoin is down 5% in the last 12 hours. Send it to 0. Send it to 0. I'm just kidding. Please stop going down. Stop going down. It's going down and the bonds are going down. I'm losing money twice. How do you lose money twice? Imagine. I know, Don. I know. Thank God you don't do that. Pat, stop getting on planes and ruining our market. Well, I can't. I'm about to get on another plane again. How much is too much power? There is no such thing as too much power. I want to invest in Data Lake, but I'm afraid it's a scam. You are like the only person talking about it on YouTube, so can you say something that will make me more confident? Yeah, I mean, the thing that I can say to make you more confident is to go look into what they're doing, who they're partnered with, and who was their initial funding. Who is their initial funding from? So I'll answer those for you, but I really want you to go look it up for yourself. But Data Lake, one of the main problems with Data Lake initially was they had so much dilution to go through. So every time they had a pump, they got diluted like crazy. That is a thing of the past now. They don't have the same level of dilution, right? So in the next type of pumps, we shouldn't see the same type of sell-offs. Knock on wood, who knows? But they got their initial funding from the European Union. They also partnered with the Republic of Poland in order to get some access to the medical infrastructure there. Their co-founder is also working directly at, what was it? It's some organization of hospitals in Poland, okay? And so they immediately partnered with that organization and have access to all of the medical data for the country of Poland to be able to utilize and actually mobilize that data, which is pretty cool. Both of their founders were in Forbes 30 under 30, I believe. Why am I having to do fucking 5 CAPTCHAs to get me on this website? If you make me do another one, I'm closing it. Yep, I guess I'm not telling you anything about the website, so sorry. Fuck you, Data Lake. Never mind, don't buy. Don't buy Data Lake. Fuck you, Data Lake. Make me do all those CAPTCHAs. Stupid. Sorry. All right. Edit. Mods, can we edit that part out? Can we edit that part out, please? I'm sorry. I crashed out there for a second. I like Data Lake. Mods, add that part in. The pigeons are back. I know the funding, but even here in my country, we have many EU-funded projects that turned into nothing. Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'll risk a small bag just for you. Yeah. I mean, I had a big bag in it, and I don't know what it looks like right now because I'm trying not to look at it, but I had a pretty big bag. If there is a time to scoop it, it's probably now because of how low it is. Historically, this has been the bottom for the token. I mean, just in its US dollar valuation, it certainly looks like an oscillator, right? This is not even the Bitcoin valuation. This is the US dollar valuation. So every time we've gotten down to this blue line, just about, it's been a good time to scoop. And then when we get back to the top of this blue line, it's been a good time to get out. Unfortunately, I have not gotten out once because, well, I think we first started talking about it right here. And I think right around here, I got out a little bit and just took my initials. But then I added a crazy amount here. And then we went straight up because I do, like, if we do get an altcoin season, this is a $300 million market cap project sitting at a $3 million market cap. So I do think that we can see this thing going up to like 20 cents, 30 cents. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. What they're doing, I think, is worth that. It's just nothing in this altcoin market has done really well at all this cycle, which is why it's been so difficult. Catches everyone off guard. It's like, I really did think that was going to be the first move of us breaking out of this. We'll see. You do have to remember that this range is like 1,000% or something. So from where we are right now back to the top of the range is 870%. So this is not like just a little tiny oscillation. This is really large moves, which makes the way up really fun, but then that way down really just Stockholm Syndrome-y. LOL. Lake prediction. Yeah, I mean, I really do think Lake has a chance of getting up to like 30 cents per coin. It's at 0.002 right now. It's not the time to check the wallet. Yeah, it's just not. It's just not. Just don't. If you haven't looked at your wallet, just don't, because it's just not worth it. It's honestly just not worth it. Should I dare go look at Bill? Oh my god, guys, what have you done? What did you guys do? Well, looks like we got the true holders left of Bill. It looks like we found a floor where we're at right now, but what did you guys do? Why did you do this? My god. Y'all yeeted him to the floor. It's okay, baby. It's okay. We're coming back, baby. Well, we never even left. I never left, so there is no coming back. I never left. I've been here the whole time. Drink some Mountain Dew, run it off. Fucking liquidity demons. No! The dev did not sell. The dev did not sell. This is the one project I can hold comfortably knowing that the dev is not going to rug me. Every other project, it always is that little irking thing in the back of your throat, or the back of... Pause. It's always that little thing lingering around in the back of your mind that the dev might rug. For me, at least, I know that the dev is not to be rugging the Bill token, so that's exciting to know. But you guys don't know that because you're not the dev. So you guys don't actually know. I know because I am the dev. Technically, DeSci girl is, but she's not. After Riff and Euro went down, she has not looked at her wallet since. Wow, I'm hurt, that investor. Oh, well. Yeti, you are not a dev. I mean, you are a dev, but you are not Dynex's dev, so I don't know you, right? I'm confident enough to put an egregious amount of money in Dynex that the dev is not going to rug. However, I do not know with 100% certainty. You do not know either. Nobody knows. Bill, however, I know, and I can sleep well knowing that even though it's down 90%, it's not rugged. What is a rug, though? That's basically a rug. Fuck, that's so bad. Oh my god. Good thing it's all fake, right, guys? Right? Good thing it's just a video game. Let's video chat next week. Yes, please, Spec. I will be back. I'm flying back to Atlanta on Saturday. Selling my Dynex right now. Dev will sell, confirmed. No, please. Coinbase features added support for bio. Really? Ooh. Is bio up today? Loading on the computer. Bio's up 2.6%, but it's also down 2.5% this hour. Oh my god. That chart looks awful. You could name any coin, anything. You want me to look it up, and I could say the exact same thing. Chart looks awful. Selling my bill to buy Rocket coin. You know something, Don? You know something? Yeah, let's get the mods. Spec is right. Mods! Get him out! Mods! Mods! You know Lucas, blockchain boy, named the ticker for Rocket? Did you guys know that? Yeah, that's how in the trenches he was last cycle. He named Cummies. We should all buy some random meme, not even a good one. That makes a lot of sense. Eagle AI, let's go look at it. EAI. EA Sports. It's in the game. I don't know, man. Eagle AI is down 12% today. Down to 21 cents. If it breaks here, it doesn't look good, man. If it breaks here, it does not look good. I like the project a lot, though. You guys know I hold a good chunk of Eagle AI. If it breaks right here, though. Ow, my jaw. No, but it's actually pretty beautiful. If you go look at this chart, this is a very beautiful chart. It's just like initial bleed right there, it's popped. Secondary bleed, popped. Tertiary bleed, will it pop? Hopefully. they do, I mean, I've talked about it a lot, so you guys probably all know and are in on it, but if you're not, they're doing revenue sharing with the hedge fund that they just partnered with, so they have predictive AI to help a hedge fund trade. They're starting with like $50 million, and then the revenue that Eagle AI makes, they're going to be issuing some of it back to the people who hold and stake Eagle AI. I did a whole math calculation on it, and if everything goes as they're projecting it will, by the end of the year, Eagle AI will be paying you an egregious amount of money to stake it, thus potentially putting the token upwards of like, I forget what the math actually made it out to be, but I think it was something ridiculous. It's been a while since I did it. My brain's been thinking about other stuff, but it was like upwards of like $6 or $7 or something, and it's 20 cents right now. Platinum tier folks are testing now. Bullish. Let's go, Derek. Let's go. It's almost over. Then we wait for a year to do it all over again. Exactly. MG says, I have Akash AI and a little virtual AI, hoping those would cover AI wave. I'm sure they will. I think that bid will also do really, really well once we get that secondary wave of AI back in the market. It's down and out right now, though. Bid looks like everything else. Shocker. It does look like it's got some pretty strong support down here, though. This is the 1 hour chart because the token's not crazy old yet. We go to the daily. It looks like it's trying to find support here down at the 5 cents threshold. We'll see. We will see. It's a $13 million market cap, so it's actually disgustingly small, but top of the cycle is in October this year. Screenshot this, says Don. Bullish. Stacy Sport pink sale in 2 weeks, partnered with EAI. Bullish. Love that. Dr. Evil is going to be sitting pretty. What's the symbol for that? Symbol for this is ticker BID. They're on Binance Smart Chain and Base. BID. It's a launch pad like virtual, just way smaller. Way smaller. That's what we use to launch Bill on. That is what we use to launch Bill on. And I think it honestly is going to do very well. It's just going to take some time. Also buy GME. It's on discount. All right, get out of here. Get out of here, bruh. What are you doing? I'm not buying GME. Unless they're about to go actually buy Bitcoin. Then it's probably going to be really well. But because they partnered biatch, because they are paper biatches. Yeah, Wild Africa. Yeah. When do you expect cycle top? Good question. Good question. That's the last thing I will go through with you guys. So let me be very clear with all of you, okay? I'm going to put this phone back to where it was, and I'm going to explain what has been my thesis the whole time. Now, that actually hurt my throat really bad. I've had 2 theses for the cycle, okay? The first one, it looks like it just went out the window. The second one looks like it's more on play. Now, this is actually really exciting because the first one included a shortened cycle that we don't see the same amount of gains, and we are not looking like it's going to be that one. The second one is a bit of a longer cycle in which we do get to see a lot more gains, and it looks like that's the one we're going on. So let me go ahead and explain. Let me turn this around. First cycle was this pop right here. I thought we would get a continuation up to $160,000 per Bitcoin by the end of Q1. And then it would be over. The cycle would be done. That would be it, in my opinion, because then I think we would see a crazy bear market crash as we entered into recession in the United States. Now, it looks as if we're getting the second cycle, which is, or the second option, in which we had this pop off here up to 112 or whatever, 109,000, and then we slow bleed through the summer into this little circle down here. I know that's going to be painful. No one's going to enjoy that. But those of us who do make it out of this see a giant pop into the end of 2025. Q3 and Q4 of 2025, see that giant pop. That was plan B. And I think that's the one we're going through. Now, plan B involves a higher cycle top with more time for QE to take place. Q1 was no the Q1 cycle top was no QE. Q3 or 4 cycle top is with QE. Hopefully that makes sense, you guys. What we're seeing right now is a trade war ensuing, which I think will cause a bunch of uncertainty in the market and make the Fed cut rates and print money, and which will fuel a speculative little bubble here. This one was without the altcoin season that we were expecting. This one is with it. So I'm kind of glad we're going through this one, even though I kind of just wanted my money now. I am willing to delay my gratification a little bit longer if that's what it takes. Now, if we go back and look at last time Trump got in office, which was 2016, he started that little trade war stuff, and we saw some spikiness in the market. But 2017 was just like straight up, basically. It wasn't if you were actually in it. I wasn't in it, so I can't speak to it, but you can see all those crazy dips. Then one day it just didn't ride that 20-day EMA anymore, and it just fell. This one has been pretty similar. However, it's been less volatile. So it's had moves up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, up, straight down. Who knows? That's what I think is going to happen. And I think that means that we get to see a cycle top around $200,000, which is exciting. That's for Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin's dominance falls into the mid-40s. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully, this was worth investing it into. When the cycle's over, I think we see a brutal recession. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.